Himeko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the Wardance, the latter definitely sounds more fun. By the way, Danhung, this time you'll be taking a stroll with us on the Luofu, right?
Just let you two wander around aimlessly on the Luofu by yourselves? I don't think so. Plus, Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended, and both the long life and short life species are still feeling uneasy. And that's why Jing Yuan wants to organize the Wardance, to show that the Xianzhou Luofu is stable and safe. And since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I visit my old friend.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories. You know? Well, it's nothing too poetic. This time we're not being forced or enticed or chased quite unusual. Hi. Always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General Jingyuan sent him to welcome us, but...
Let's wait for him in
Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment. Did they just... Are you familiar with the Xianzhou?
We know a little bit about it.
We are from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it.
Oh, we just left there.
That's great. Do you know...
Exactly. Most of the tour... Yeah, we know...
I've heard the ring was... No doubt about it.
But for now,
We're looking for you.
you're the ex...
Good idea.
Everyday vibe. Yeah, our clients have had their fear...
Thanks for the suggestion.
Look.
Really? Let's go...
Here you are! Everyone, this way! Hey, everyone! It's been a while.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing...
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, are you a little bit taller than before?
We've only been away for a few months.
What are you doing?
Sorry, but after our previous adventures, I've become suspicious of whoever greets us first.
Do you have to be suspicious around me, too?
You know, the last time we came to the Xianzhou, the first person who greeted us was...
I get it. Better...
Seriously, I've never seen the Luofu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the Wardance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskiff Haven...
Yep. There's people from other delves and track with the Wardance coming up. The General said this ceremony... It's a way to showcase our By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance... Yeah, I wonder if you've heard of it. The Xianzhou Juming boasts skilled craftsmasters.
By the way, Yanqing, where...
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been...
Let's... I agree.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Just mentioned security. Now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
We'll go with you.
Watch out for this!
protect the civilians. I'll deal with him. Good. Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
Wait, my sword! I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Xianzhou friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your... Once we're done with the formalities, we'll...
Oh, but this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu. And it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on...
Oh, but we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisists.
Looks like this argument could... Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down from...
With the Wardance approaching, safety should be... According to the protocol, Borisan prisoners should be held on a star skiff and taken directly...
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel.
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. Here's what happened.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisan near the Luofu, and the Zhu Ming envoys saved them?
Honestly, it gives me a headache, too. You know, with all the...
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shack...
I see. Maybe I should gather more detail.
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yanqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the Wardance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pet.
What are those people? I mean,
Yeah, those werewolf monsters are known as Borisan. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very... The Borisan have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible. Their presence is fate. Yeah. Well, enough with the chit-chat. I'd love to chit-chat a... Thank you, but by the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost pro...
I doubt she did.
Don't remind me. All right, let's...
Don't worry.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Success.
It's been a long journey, Elder Huayan. Thank you for your presence.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express. Oh. Well, it's an honor to be in your dreams, my friend. Allow me to introduce you to General Huayan. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming Heart.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend.
Elder Huayan is not...
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty. Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its...
It's an honor to meet you.
It's my honor to meet you, General White.
No need to be all formal. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial?
Indeed. There's Don Hung, March 7th, and him. Without their help, I'm afraid...
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Luofu and will attend the Wardance. I'd love to have a drink with you, should...
You're more than welcome, General.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Luofu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming Wardance, ready to take on all kinds of...
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yun Li.
It's you!
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already...
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have...
Oh? Now you've peeked.
She helped me capture the escaped Borison prisoners at the Starskiff Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took...
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
Yes, it is. Now...
Nope, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Zhuming, when you lose your sword on the back... As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borison prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string. And by the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borison prisoner would...
Hold on a sec, Yun Li. You took my sword without even asking, and now...
So much for Luofu's sword.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. And with all due respect, you don't honor your sword.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Yanqing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful.
You two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing.
Hey! Whose side are you on?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business. I'll find another chance to talk.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yunli. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha.
Yanqing, see if you can come.
I'm on it. This is the report Qingzu just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease. Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the Wardance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be a...
You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior. However, I have no clue what the Yao Qing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yao Qing, she has come specifically for you. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huaiyan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to, and simply disappeared.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yao Qing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Drat, I forgot to ask Yunli to return my sword. No need to bother. The Juming envoys won't be leaving the Luofu anytime soon. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the general seemed a little... reserved.
Reserved?
Maybe I'm...
No, you're not.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire...
What's so unusual about it?
The Wardance is just a small festival. And now we have two arbiter... Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the ambrosial...
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medic?
Donshu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the
Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish.
What was I thinking? Seriously.
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived. And rumors say that she's to be the new cauldron.
An alchemist from the Juming serving as the cauldron master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng, the General is under tremendous pressure right now.
Come on, don't... did I...
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills still. I'll...
he looks like he has a lot on his mind.
This...
no worries. What's with you turning into a scaredy cat? I didn't see...
Well, since you're willing to...
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now.
But I am trying...
Ugh, that toxic voice sounds familiar.
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with straight-up snatching IPC cargo.
Just as...
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Keep detaining my cargo, and I'll file a complaint to... You jerk! Who are you calling a dog? Wait. Why are you here? Staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck!
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express?
Trouble caused by the IPC?
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I was sent here to deal with the IPC.
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borison and rescued by the Jew. And this is Mr. Scott, the person...
So, you're Scott. I've heard him mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Luofu before? Why did you...
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you it...
Why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're...
Listen here. Firstly,
even if there are dangerous...
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again.
I understand, but...
In most cases, we do...
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living...
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further...
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the car.
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with!
This Mr. Scott seems stuck. I heard how you helped Ara...
What are you guys whispering about over there?
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Xianzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, The Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property right.
Hey everyone! Meet my old friend Scott. He's very talented, especially at imitating animals.
Stop it! Let's focus on the business at hand. What's the point in dragging up the past?
Oh, you're amazing! Can you teach me?
Just forget it. Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable.
Huh? Your logic is too confusing for anyone to follow. Maybe you should learn the art of Don't underestimate Xianzhou technology. Even if they need to dismantle your—
Yeah, go ahead and brag about their skills, after all. But I'm different. I'm an IPC member. All right, that's enough. I'm not going to I thought you were reasonable and civilized, but we've signed a confident— Listen up, kid.
If that's the case, I can assure you the cloud—
Oh, really?
Since you put it that way, Mr. Scott.
Ah, not—
I thought you were reasonable—
Stop him, guys! For the Everlord!
Until everything burns to ashes!
Let the show begin!
Set the seas of flame! Fight to live!
Get up, all of you! Why is the IPC—
Just be grateful that that little brat showed you mercy. At least your staff aren't seriously— How do you IPC cronies have the audacity to fight Cloud Knights? You practically assaulted law enforcement officers.
Another one?
I may be a bit late. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master.
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Xianzhou.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well,
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said.
Wait a minute!
Well, that's more like it. Our ship will leave in a few days.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulations signed between the Xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires. Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only for—
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right? Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
This lady is...
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC!
Turn it on!
How unexpected. That was a surprise.
Dreams do come true.
Existence is unity. All will be swept away by the wind.
Attack detected.
For oblivion.
Fight to live!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Let the show begin!
Set the seas aflame! Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous.
I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guest to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. Just like the craftsman feared. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the Shackling Prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd...
I should thank you for saving my life. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters.
Huh?
As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express. It's still early. So,
I'd be...
And you three are coming too, right?
Hey! Oh, you're back. I'm on duty. Let's catch up. Hey, I'm warning you. Stop hanging around here and find something better
better to do. Once I'm done in a few days, call up Lil Gui and Wawa, and let's grab a meal at our... Goodbye.
I'm here to pay my respects to the...
All these years, and the view of the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed. The tides come and go.
You're a Luofu native?
Yes. I grew up here. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changed.
The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor.
Oh, really? I think...
Even if it's impressive...
Well, once a seed is, in my humble opinion. My bad. Well, since you went through the entire
What would you like to discuss?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in. Honestly, the Alchemy Commission...
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
I may not know about...
I see. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the ambrosial arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire, just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm them. Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well 30 years ago. My mentor served as Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of... And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the Divine Foresight himself. Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides...
Lingsha, you're back!
Yunli! Why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to...
What? You! You stole my sword! Give it back!
I see. Let's...
Why do I keep bumping in?
Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yunli, I have important things to take care of. You, on the other hand, seem to have all the time in the world to wander around without returning
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted. You hesitate when you should strike, and you struggle to stay calm. Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right.
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming, but you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return?
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away. You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon.
Fine! You don't have to give it back, because
But which general should I...
Between these two, who do you... It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely...
Well, since you don't approve...
I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't... I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abomination.
Clearing...
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations.
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows...
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus, if you want a contest...
Lingsha.
It's for...
That's really thoughtful of you, Cole.
So, are you both... Ugh. Looks like my predecessor... Let me say it again. Be careful when you draw your swords.
Can we start?
Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes!
I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on to a sword to actually have some skill. Blade and flight!
Eternal. All will be swept away by the wind.
Set to the sea, go blade!
Strike with heart!
Let the show begin!
Fight to land! Set to the sea, go blade!
Blade and flight!
Let the show begin!
I will claim victory for my fight to land!
Strike with heart! Practice is over! Swords descend!
Stand in position. Detonate!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set to the sea, go blade! Fight to land!
Take your positions. Let's improvise.
Eternal. Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
I win, Monsieur. Why don't you just give me back my sword, sincerely apologize, and then go cry your eyes out to your grandpa? Consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword, as I don't have the nasty habit of snatching other people's weapons.
All you did was chop down a few monsters. Don't get carried away with yourself. If you think you can just take this sword from my hand...
Well fought, my young friends. However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength, trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will. I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the Wardance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy Commission, of all places. Well, the Luofu is it. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the Wardance's ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel and put your grudges behind.
Grudges? No, not at all.
Sparring. You summoned your flying swords, and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Xiao? The Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
Looks like I'm quite famous on the Sanzhou Luofu, too.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the Great General. Known to all, and unbeknown.
Great General? Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Luofu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Sounds much better, right?
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
Here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away again. By the way, we haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and...
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Lingsha. Oh, by the way, Miss Lingsha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jingyuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges.
Thanks for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air. Back already? You've met with Jing Yuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this Wardance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
But the influx of people attending the Wardance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move, and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jing Yuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say.
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jing Yuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close...
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure...
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing, thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway, this is how I operate in battle, so you might as well get used to it.
Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few enemies?
By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the...
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
So not even the famed healer lady could help? Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Well, life and death, Jiao Cho. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Xianzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days. As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire, I don't care. You asked if I view General Jing Yuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen.
Hey! Was that the Yaoqing general who just dropped in? I mean, when Yun Li swung...
Mine too.
You think so too, right?
I agree.
I was actually hoping you'd give...
Thanks for the kind words, Miss Mar. I've had my fair share...
Don't underestimate yourself. After all...
I see. Thanks for the advice.
I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yao...
I really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can...
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced?
I don't believe in ghosts. Stream forth the gleam.
Hey,
What is your purpose for entering the sea?
Earlier at the Palace of Astral, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder White. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now, I'd like to officially... These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Vantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of...
Well, I skimmed through the reports about the Arbor's reap, but despite all that, I believe in you. Since you joined the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, the Marshals still stood firm against the dissenting voices. Over the years, you've served the Alliance. There are fools who doubt your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine foresight fail because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. They haven't achieved anything of their own, so they feed off the failures of others. But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I will...
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the Alliance?
No.
This old man's words... Oh?
The Marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Luofu, but the document only says, attend the Wardance and listen to Fei Xiao's questioning. No need for that. You're all important witnesses.
Thanks for your kindness and
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern? As for the Ambrose... Oh, by the way... Yes, it's this. There will be numerous The host will dispatch us.
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is...
What's this?
This sword case, is it? I don't mean to boast. I've been wondering. Moreover...
Thank you.
If you want to give...
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't...
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master.
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in...
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Xianzhou?
That's exactly what I had in mind.
Not to be rude or anything, we've been watching...
Quiet down. We have other guests here. While you both seem confident that you'll win, we don't know who the winner will be.
How does that make sense?
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight, I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome.
Huh?
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So
Oh, wait! Are you serious? Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden?
Isn't this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to...
Yeah,
Miss March is like a piece of...
I appreciate your kind words. Plus, I heard that each sword...
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But,
Looks like March's curiosity.
The whole...
So Miss Yunli has a...
General, I haven't graduated yet.
So you're admitting your defeat, huh?
Yangqing. Teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own...
I see, General.
Now that Yangqing has agreed...
It's up to you to...
I understand. Then I'm on board.
Great! Yunli and I will head out...
General Huayan's gone. I think we straight...
Yeah, I brought you here because the General's...
Because... General Huayan wants us to stick around on the Luofu for some time. But from his point of view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any... Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're just some made-up excuse to... And he wants to see it for himself during the Wardance, which is why he even dragged Yunli into this. What began as a simple contest between two sword masters has...
Elder Huayan is... still that tricky general. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because... I wished for you to act as my witnesses. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have.
Did we do something wrong? We really did save the Luofu, so why do you...
Don't worry. No matter what happens, I'll stay here as a witness and answer...
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden. As the Luofu ringmaster, I won't let anyone...
The illustrious Merlin's Claw waiting for me? And for so long, too? It's quite an honor.
It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukon?
Yes. Back then, you were the vanguard of the Yao Qing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Luofu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given up flying? Really does feel like a lifetime ago. Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system every day. So I'm well aware.
Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the
That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu?
Or Jiao Chou. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy Commission from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. Over the years, he's dedicated him. Given my background, I'm
relieved to know that you're safe and sound. As your friend, may I ask?
The Arbor's rebirth has frightened the elders who lurk behind the scenes. They fear the resurgence of abominations. Although the report from the Luofu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded. Or, as you know, the fugitive Jing Liu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an outworlder and a coffin, claiming to offer the marshal. The Luofu preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jing Yuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Lune to re-enter the Luofu, thereby unlocking the luminescent depths within Scale Gorge waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Vidyadhara's dutiful watch over the Ambrosial Arbor. It is for these reasons that I have... Well, duty calls. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned all of this to an uninvolved person.
I understand. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I know I shouldn't be defending General Jing Yuan right now. The Luofu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lune, much of which can be attributed to General Jing. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements.
That's true. And that's why I'm also...
Hule? You mean that Hule? The Borisin warhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned in the Shackling Prison?
The nemesis of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned.
Usually, only emissaries from the Xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission.
The Foxians in the Alliance, given the situation on the Luofu, those on the Yaoqing are concerned about Hule's imprisonment. That's why I was sent here.
It's all...
Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. Oh, by the way,
tell me.
The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flame ship. However, someone had already been on the scene.
Our people? Or someone from...
No, neither. Yukong, have you heard?
Did I over...
There you are. It's an honor to learn in all those immersions and novels. Hey, why are you...
This is, Let me make it clear. Swordplay training is about improving your body, mind, and strength. It's not a casual game you can master overnight. I promised General Huayan that I'd teach you Cloud Knight swordplay, so you can participate in the Wardance and defeat at least one opponent. I'll do my best, but if you break your master's rules...
Fine. A promise is a promise. Since I promised to study hard, I'll do my best starting today.
Great! That's the spirit.
March is in your hands now, Yanqing. Don't be too easy on her.
Dan Heng, do you even have a heart? Did you lose it somewhere? By the way, where's Yun Li?
I've found a quiet spot in the back garden of the Palace of Astrum for our first lesson together.
Seriously? It's the first day, and you two are already late? Why is everyone on the Luofu so laid back? So disappointing.
Master Yunli, you're already here. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Oh, wait. Were you trying to teach her in secret? That's sneaky.
I'm just showing you what Luofu etiquette is all about. She might be my apprentice, but it's customary for the master to personally escort their apprentice to the place of learning. As the host, I'll be teaching Miss March the essence of Luofu's swordplay, after which she'll emerge victorious in the Wardance ring. You won't be complaining about Luofu's swordplay then.
Stand aside, rookie. Let me show you how we Jumi... Quickly. Over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift from me.
What's this?
Sword practice requires precise...
You're awesome, Master!
See? See? How?
Actually, I've prepared...
Huh? You have a gift for me.
Since you want to learn swordplay, Miss March, you'll need suitable weapons. So, I went out of my way to prepare a pair of swords overnight. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to ask the craftsman to customize the swords for you. But I did my best to choose ones that look nice and are suitable for a beginner. I hope you like them, Miss March.
Thank you, Master Yanqing!
Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you?
The real competition is just getting started.
I'm so lucky to have two great masters. But why does it feel like things are getting a bit weird? So what do you think, masters? Does this outfit...
Perfect. I chose it carefully. It's perfect for beautiful young swordswomen like you and me.
All right, let's get started with the training. The person next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I've brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple of moves.
Wait.
Well, I heard you have some experience with archery and martial arts. Come on, step forward and strike with the sword in the most natural way you can think of. It's important for us to grasp your natural movements, so we can decide where to start and what you need to learn.
If you're ready, let's begin.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then I apologize.
Ready to shine. Please have some tea.
Pay close attention, Miss March. Luofu's swordplay is all about being swift and agile with your movements.
Right on time.
Practice is over.
Swords descend! Ignore him. Strength is everything. Yes, you!
Like this?
Well done!
Blade and flight! Right on time. Time for swordplay. Strike with heart. What are you made of? Strike!
Yeah! Awesome! With this new hop, I'm starting to get the hang of it.
How many can you block?
Time to show you what I... Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this?
What are you mumbling about?
Isn't this... sword technique? Shouldn't I be saying something cool?
Swords descend!
Slap! Melt! Descend to earth! You'll make good practice. Yeah! Oh, I get it! to be so intense.
Miss March has quick hands and a flexible body. She's a perfect fit for practicing Luofu swordplay.
However, she lacks strength, and her strikes were a bit unfocused. But don't worry, that's totally normal for beginners. Once she starts practicing Juming swordplay, she'll make heaps of progress.
Given the situation, I believe Miss March should start by working on her strength.
Seriously, do you actually know anything about swordplay, or what?
I could ask you the same thing. Dual swords require agility, so what's more important than footwork?
Instead of focusing on her strengths, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding two swords is not generating enough force. What good is being quick on your feet if you don't have strength? It's not like we're dancing here.
Skilled sword masters know how to play to their strengths and work on their weaknesses. Start... Dearest,
Hey,
but it does...
Aww. Dear Himeko, Mr. Yang, and Pom Pom, we're all good here on the Xianzhou Luofu, so no need to worry. By the way, how's your trip going? As for me, I've somehow become the apprentice to two Cloud Knight sword masters, and I've been honing my sword skills with their guidance. One of them is Yanqing, the boy we've all met before. The other is Yun Li, the granddaughter of General. Both masters are super strict, giving me a real... I tried to drag him into this, but he refused. Then I tried to rope Dan Heng in, but Master Yanqing wouldn't. Still, I didn't let the difficulty get to me. In just a few weeks, my sword skills have improved a lot. Both my thanks to their guidance. I'm looking forward to your reply.
Well...
Miss March's sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the Wardance.
Just you wait and see. I'll show off my skills in the ring and win a match.
Can you believe it? March 7th has actually become a pretty decent swordmaster in such a short time.
Are you sure he wasn't laughing at you?
Oh, shut up.
It's all thanks...
Miss March, you're really getting...
Oh, let me see.
There's no such thing as the most powerful sword. It's all about...
First, you didn't kick my butt. Second, you'll never kick my butt. Third, how about we settle this right now and see who kicks whose butt?
Yeah, I'm up for that. And if I kick your butt, you'll drop out.
Why are you two arguing again?
There was talk that the leading disciples of the Luofu and Juming generals were supposed to face off in the Wardance, but for some reason, they suddenly teamed up to train an apprentice of their own. Turns out, the rumors are true. Tomorrow is the big day of the Wardance. Shouldn't...
you're... Oh, that's right.
What are you laughing at? You've got pink hair too. I'm Jiaoqiu, the healer working for the general of the Zhenzhou Yaoqing.
Ah, got it. So, you're the participant attending the war dance on behalf of the Yaoqing, and you were trying to sneak a peek at our training?
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm just here on the General's orders to take care of some official business. I didn't mean to...
If you know nothing about martial arts, why...
Well, my curiosity got the better of me, I suppose, from my professional experience. Cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. It's like your sword teaching methods. If you align your... For example, gold... Well, it's just a metaphor. The medicinal school I follow on the Xianzhou Yaoqing is called the Ranja School.
So...
I'm a healer. But anyway, a cook who isn't interested in health doesn't make for a good advisor. Fine. Call me a cook if you want. Seeing the way you're looking at me, it's obvious you think I'm just some feeble academic who likes to blabber on about martial arts.
Why is this guy suddenly getting all...
Do you recognize this bottle of medicine in my hand?
No?
This is called tumble dust. An extract... Well, it depends on how it's used. With just one drop, it's able to numb a patient's body during surgery, making them painless throughout the entire process. However, increase the dose or the potency, and this thing can save lives or take them. It's more powerful.
That may be so, but still, I prefer settling things with a sword than...
Huh. Looks like I did get you all wrong. You're not a feeble scholar, but a sinister and despicable one.
Hey, why the insults all of a sudden? I'm just sharing some medical knowledge here, not persuading you to poison anyone.
Seems like you get real excited when talking about poison. I can't tell if that's an honorable thing or...
Picture this. 2 individuals in the throes of combat, surviving the battlefield reshaped.
Perhaps you've underestimated Yunli and me, Mr. Jiaoqiu.
Well, then you should know that the Wardance is nothing more than...
When I was appointed as the ringmaster for the Wardance, I asked the general, we Cloud Knights are supposed to charge into the fray and slay enemies. Why do we have to swing swords in a ring just to please an audience? This is how the general replied. To unsheath your sword in a ring is know the Wardance is the perfect chance to showcase.
That's quite an insightful statement, Lingsha. Hearing you speak so highly of it has piqued my curiosity.
Want to see the Sky Splitter ship where the Wardance will be held? Let's go! I bet Yunli... Let's go. I'll give...
Looks like a lot of other visitors have also come to catch a glimpse of the Sky Splitter.
What's up, Mr. Jiaoqiu?
No, it's nothing.
Do you see that airship in the distance?
It doesn't look all that impressive from this distance.
The Sky Splitter is actually a decommissioned Luofu military vessel. People aren't allowed on board until the Wardance officially commences. Tomorrow, when the bell rings and the ceremonial cannons roar, I'll be there representing the Cloud Knights of the Xianzhou Luofu. Since I was a kid, I've been training in swordplay and the art of war under the General. I understand that I'm not like other kids. I never envied the toil. Even in the thick of battle, each day, I could feel myself getting stronger. But then, I faced a really tough opponent. And just one slash shattered my confidence into 1,000 pieces. That's when I felt true fear for the first time. Maybe that's what After that, I had to pick up the pieces and try to put myself back together. But no matter, I often ask myself, why do I wield my sword? If defeat is inevitable, while the General could teach me the art of swordplay, he couldn't teach me why I should keep on going. He said the reason must... But after talking with you, Mr. Jiao Chou, as a member of the Cloud Knights and the General's apprentice, I've had... When I wield my sword, it feels like I'm letting go of everything. I love the... That's why.
Oh, Yanqing. So young, yet so grown up.
Age doesn't really matter. All swordmasters will understand how I feel.
I get it. Looks like all the
It's not polite to ask a girl her age, no matter which Xianzhou ship you're on.
I'm not asking your age. I'm asking if you have a dream like Yanqing.
You don't talk like a cook. You sound more like a
Need I repeat myself again? I'm a healer.
Well, I don't have a dream like Yanqing does. The only reason I'm participating in the Ringmaster's Challenge is because I made a promise to my grandfather that I'd win the precious sword he's contributed to.
Sounds like that mind of yours is just filled with soul.
I bet you've got nothing better on your mind. My father was a craftsman on the Xianzhou since I was a kid. It's been so...
Hey, what do you mean?
I see. Well, it's better to have a...
What happened?
Oh, nothing. Judging from my professional perspective as... Well, we've seen the Sky Splitter and...
What? You're leaving already?
It's getting late, Miss March. By the way, Yanqing, is it normal to have so many people wandering around in an automated...
Actually, this is a restricted area. But since you're...
I understand.
Seriously?
Why don't we take a day off?
What? You want to secretly practice
You know cramming before a fight never works out. For some reason, seeing the Sky Splitter has boosted my confidence. All right, I'll take...
Don't be nervous.
Oh, just shut up, Red Fang. This is not a beast ship. I need some time to...
You willingly donned the skin of a lowly beast to join this mission, dedicating yourself to our
I'm doing my best, all right? It takes time to figure all this...
When the guns go off tomorrow, all eyes will be on it. Arsash! Who's there?
Who are you guys?
An impromptu inspection. Why are there outsiders loitering in Stargazer Navalia? And a bunch of kids at that.
Hey, kids. Didn't your parents ever tell you to stay away from the Stargazer Navalia? I know it's an automated facility, but it doesn't mean you can just break in and...
First of all, I'm an adult. Second, I didn't just break in.
Yeah, we flew here on a star skiff. Like, whoosh!
Well, I'm not trying to tell you off, but this place...
Big sis! Let's...
Huh? Ever hunt planes? Yeah, sure. Big...
Shuha! You should have let me. Shh, the overhaul is done, and everything looks good.
Could you repeat what you just said, Yanqing?
What did I say?
Big sis.
Come on. Can't you read the room? Something...
Yeah, anyone could see that. That pink-haired fox tried to say something. I'm pretty sure he sensed something fishy.
I knew that from the beginning.
That Cloud Knight didn't recognize me.
What? Is he famous on the Luofu or something? Not even the Cloud Knights on the...
You have a point.
A Cloud Knight, a member from the Sparring Commission, and a craftsman. They're from various departments, and the reason for the overhaul seems legit. But one of them blurted out some weird I have a feeling that if we secretly tail them, we'll definitely follow my lead and be...
Never mind who they are. Let's just film them.
We should have just killed those lowly beasts. Those little brats won't take up much space. There are boxes all over this place. Just cut the theatrics, Grulock. Even the... So where are we heading?
To check the freight skiff, weapons, supplies.
So, are they...
I have no clue, but they seem to be moving those crates. Just hang in there.
Let's just put the cargo here for now, all right? Lord Moktok said that as soon as we're...
Don't worry, I've changed the shipping schedule.
Is it just me?
Don't be so paranoid.
Looks like they're planning to escape on the skiffs in Stargazer, and they keep talking about their plans.
They're definitely up to...
Tread softly, breathe quietly, and make sure to keep an eye on them. Hide. Did he spot us? Quickly, hide! Watch out! You're on high alert!
Don't be so paranoid. We're running out of Zuhard. I'm coming!
They're leaving. We should catch... Did he spot us? Quickly, hide! Watch out! You're on high alert! Don't get too close, Miss March. They might spot you. What are they up to? They're all wearing...
never mind who they are. Let's just...
Look at this. A freight star skiff with enough room to fit at least 20 of mine. Once we're past the checkpoint, there will be beast ships waiting for... Lord Moktok is ready.
What did he just say? Beast?
Who's there?
It's those brats! I told you to get rid of them, but you didn't listen, you idiot! Wipe them all out!
Boris? Borison?
Do something! Die, you loaded beast!
Here you go, Master!
Joining the battle.
Stay in step.
Grace and elegance, existence is unity.
Like until everything burns to ashes! Fight to land! Set the seas ablaze!
How is this possible? How did these Foxians change?
They're not Foxians at all. They revealed their true form. They're Borison, just like the bandits I defeated on the IPC ship.
Wait, that means...
Well, how did the Borison manage to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
It's not just a simple disguise of wearing our clothing and shaving their whiskers. They're somehow able to alter their... They even have official IDs for the Skyfaring Commission, the Artisanship Commission, and even the Cloud Knights? Let me check this fake Cloud Knight's tag. Maybe Lujun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad? Wait!
What's the matter?
I encountered a patrol officer named Lujun before. It was a few weeks ago, when we were transporting the... They can forge official identities and move around the Xianzhou without raising suspicion.
Even worse. If you find one cockroach on the Express...
There are more Borison hiding on the Xianzhou. I bet their plan is much bigger than just stealing information. We've got to report this to the Seat of Divine...
I am glad to finally meet you in person, guests from the Astral Express. I'm Fei Xiao, the General of...
Let me introduce our guest to you. The one dressed in green...
He's the reincarnation of Imbibitor Lune, and the person behind him is the newest member of the crew. I've heard a lot about you. Outside the reports from the Luofu, the Skyfaring Commission of the Yaoqing has also gathered plenty of information about both of you. I've been eager to meet you face to face for reasons. Straight to the point. I like it. According to General Jing Yuan's report, the Ruin Legion is to blame for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. Over the years, the Destruction's minions have wreaked... The damage caused by the Ambrosial Arbor crisis was far less severe than expected, which is good news for us. Now, while I trust the bravery of the Divine Foresight and the Nameless, I'm curious about some details missing from the... Let me be clear. The questions I'll ask might not reflect my actual thoughts. So please don't take offense if any of my...
Please go ahead, General. But keep in mind, we can only answer based on what we know. And perhaps you already have the answers to your questions in your heart.
You have a clever tongue.
The Merlin's claw is quite articulate. Right now, her intentions are unknown.
Let's cut to the chase. Before the crisis struck, the Astral Express was guided here by a Stellaron hunter, a wanted felon. However, everyone in the cosmos knows of the Stellaron hunter's reputation.
Apart from the Luofu, there are many other worlds suffering from Stellaron corrosion. For example, Eurillo 6, the world that the Express stopped at before reaching the Luofu, was one of them.
To the Express, Stellarons act as roadblocks on the Silver Rail and pose risks to the warping process. And that's why dealing with Stellaron issues is part of the...
I've heard about those problems caused by Stellarons. The Express connects various worlds, so it makes sense for you to take. Let's move on to the next question. The report suggests that Don Shu, the master of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, colluded with the Lord But here's the thing. Don Shu was just a chief alchemist. Even if she colluded with our enemies and summoned the Stellaron, how did she manage to bypass the Videodora?
The answer seems rather simple, doesn't it? The preceptors of the Luofu.
That's a possibility. But there's another scenario.
I never intended to trespass on the Xianzhou ship.
If you had no intention to trespass, then why did you return?
I was concerned about the safety of my companions.
Please don't worry, Mr. Don Hung. If someone must... According to the report, Lord Ravager Fantilia is the master... She disguised herself as an ambassador of the sky...
We were working with Diviner Fu, and she also witnessed Fantilia's true form. You're not going to doubt when it—
Of course not. We can trust the testimony of Master Diviner. Oh. It seems that your answers have addressed all my questions. Generals, I am finished with my questions.
So, what do you think, General Fei Shao?
The two nameless have been honest in their answers. Even though there are some tricky details, my intuition tells me there is nothing wrong. However, the 3 questions I posed earlier were not just for the nameless, but for you too, General Jing Yuan. First, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus grew uninterrupted on the Luofu, yet the 6 charioteers were not aware of it. That was a dereliction of duty. Second, you believed in the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy and entrusted outsiders to solve the crisis, even granting them access to the Plague Mark. That was a dereliction of responsibility. Third, you insist on holding the Wardance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, putting the Luofu back in the spotlight. That is a dereliction of wisdom.
Merlin's Claw. Is this your line of thinking?
From the moment I walked in, I made it clear that the questions I'd ask might not reflect.
The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus were deeply rooted and had been plotting for a long time. I admit it was my As for the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy, I didn't believe all of it. But in the end, the Luofu did survive the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. So, I think it's safe to say that Elliot... And as for the Wardance, do you think I'm unaware of the risks? However, risks can also be opportunities. The Luofu has lain low for too long. I believe it's time to stir up the dregs hidden in the depths and wash them away once and for all.
Just as I expected from our sophisticated divine foresight. You have a way with words. I like it. But, unfortunately, ever since the report was submitted, the Alliance has been filled with rumors and speculation. Even within the Luofu, there are people accusing you of neglecting your duties, resulting in the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection.
So what are your thoughts on all of this, General Fei Shao?
As a fellow Arbiter General, I fully understand the Personally, I think all these rumors are meaningless drivel. Across the sea of stars, the divine foresight knows better than any. Just as what happened on the Xianzhou.
You knew.
The scouts of the Verdant Knights have sent back reports that Borisin are making trouble again. The Borisin packs that were once divided and scattered have started.
An entity?
According to the report, this entity isn't actually a Borisin. It's a woman claiming.
That's Fantilia.
That's right. You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the Patina Justice or the Seer Strategist, this conversation might not be so friendly. I've always had faith in my instincts, so I don't doubt your good intentions. But the Alliance has its fair share of questions and doubt.
What's in this plan?
General Jing Yuan, you already know what has to be done. But since you don't want to be the bad guy, I'll take care of it for you. You need the final word from the Ten Lords Commission to quell any doubts. And for that, I'll have to ask the two Nameless to visit the ship. No, I'm not imprisoning you. While you're there, I'll ask a judge in the Ten Lords Commission's Interrogation Division to record a detailed testimony with the karmic mirror from both of you. We'll fill in the gaps that weren't covered in the report.
I'm okay with that.
Worried that I might go back on my word and keep you in the Shackling Prison? Relax.
Ben, is the Merlin...
Oh, there's one more thing. This testimony is for silencing the voices of opposition within the Alliance. But I would like to urge General Jing Yuan to listen to the pleas of the Foxians on...
So?
Exactly. Hulei is locked up in the Luofu's Shackling Prison. Since he is the Broodlord of the Borisin, I want to transfer him onto the Xianzhou Yaoqing and imprison him there. The recent movements of the Borisin suggest they're planning something big.
It makes sense to have the Foxians keep an eye on their arch-nemesis. Since you trust my judgment...
I was worried this would...
And as for Hulei, I'll send my lieutenants Zhao Chou and Moza to check on his condition in prison and ready him. Do you actually believe?
No, I don't.
While words can be deceiving, I trust my intuition.
I'll call for him...
As you wish.
As General Jing Yuan requested, everything is prepared for your arrival, and I am here to receive you. The judges at the Interrogation Division also know your purpose in coming.
The Shackling Prison.
Dan Heng.
Don't worry about me.
If you're ready, I'll open the gate for you. This is one of many entrances used for temporary access. Since you're not actual prisoners, it makes sense for you to use this entrance.
What are you looking at?
The Shackling Prison on the Luofu is completely different from the one on the Yaoqing. It's completely underwater.
Whether it's in the clouds or underwater, breaking free would still be a piece of cake for me.
Still thinking about your old jailbreak tricks, huh? Forget it. You're free now. Just don't do anything stupid, or the judges will throw you back in there and lock you up for a few hundred years.
You'll see me again in just a few days.
Taking Hulei back to the Yaoqing means a lot to the Foxians on the ship, and to the General herself.
Guests, my name is Shui Yi, and I'm here on orders from the Incarceration Division of the Ten Lords Commission.
We're Zhao Chou and Moza. General Fei Xiao sent us to extradite the Borisin criminal Hulei to the Yaoqing. We're here to inspect the conditions of his imprisonment and make preparations for the handover and transportation. I assume you've been briefed, Your Honor.
Your visit request has been approved. I'll be your guide for this trip. Prisoner Hule, the warhead and brood lord of the Boris and Abom. Due to his heinous acts, he has been imprisoned in—
No need to repeat his crimes and sentence, Your Honor.
When it comes to visiting criminals, there are rules in place to— I know you've heard legends about Hule since you were children. It has been centuries. The Forest of Swords, forged by the Punishment Division. This device, the complex rules are there.
I apologize for any offense caused.
I've given you the instructions regarding Hule's visitation. And please, take this pellet.
No, I'm not taking random medicine.
Then you won't be allowed to visit Hule.
Just swallow it already. Hule is like all Borisin. He can release a pheromone called lupatoxin that induces fear. Thousands of years ago, we Foxians were enslaved by the Borisin.
I understand.
I knew you were a reasonable person. Now that we've... Your Honor.
What is it?
No. Never mind.
Here we are. Her Honor hasn't arrived yet.
Welcome, dear guests from the Express. Judge Hanya of the Interrogation Division. We've met before. You don't want to see me? Well, in that case, I can call in the judge who's an expert in acupuncture, or the one who's handy with axes and saws, or the one who knows all about whip. Just kidding. We judges work in shifts, and it just happens to be my shift. Maybe we're destined to cross paths. Please allow me to express my gratitude to you again for subduing the—
Looks like while March 7th and I were clueless, you already made many friends.
Even though you and I have met before, we can't show any favoritism under the 10 Lords. So, please do as I command as we head to Scrivener Hall and beyond. Don't do anything with— This is not a place for ordinary mortals. You and Mr. Donhung.
Please lead the way.
Please let me activate the mechanism before we all move.
Freezing.
This place is filled with the cold air from the northern peak of the polar delve. Even the toughest long-life species would have a hard time enduring this. Did you hear something just now? Let me check it out. Yeah. What an eyesore. This place is packed with boxes and crates.
These crates?
A few days ago, the Spiritfarers received— I had a feeling there would be trouble during the Wardance. I heard the Intelligentsia Guild crafted something dangerous. I caught a glimpse of the mechs in those crates. Well, business—
remember checking the containment facilities a second time.
Watch out!
Emergency! All Wardens prepare for action! Emergency! All Wardens prepare for action! What's happening here? Why are these things moving on their own? Something's wrong. Guards aren't responding.
Set to the sea, go play!
Dreams do come true. Let the show begin!
I weep for the departed. It is our fall.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Still waters of oblivion.
Fight to land!
But how is this even possible? The Spiritfarers follow the protocols, cutting off power to the mechs and sealing the crates. How could these mechs still start moving?
It's just like what happened in the Artisanship Commission before. These goods went haywire and attacked everyone in sight. The Alchemy Commission members examined them and found some unusual these things showing up in the Shackling Prison
A prison break.
and whoever delivered these goods clearly wanted them to go through the Xianzhou's strict inspection process to show the Skyfaring Commission and Cloud Knights how dangerous they were.
If these things already started taking action while nobody was paying attention, then the whole band, to make things worse, another and the prisoner they came to visit might be the target whom these wolf-shaped mechs were delivered here for. If that vicious beast manages to break free, it will be a catastrophe.
Here we are.
Have we arrived already, Your Honor? Shouldn't there be a cage here?
The most notorious. I've given you the diagrams for lighting the lanterns. Please take a look.
It's better to use your brain. Save your strength.
The path is open. Once we descend to the bottom of the prison.
Don't be nervous. Just cooperate.
Please, do not do anything reckless. Inside the delve, behind this door, is the greatest enemy of the Foxians. According to custom, envoys from the Yaoqing visit the Xianzhou Luofu, even though the Ten Lords Commission sentenced Hulei to the Forest of Swords, suffering every day for the rest of his life. I understand that the Yaoqing messengers want to see him dead. Unfortunately, for the past 7 centuries, they've had to return disappointed. Because this beast simply can't be killed.
If we can use his toxin to create medicine and save an innocent life, it might help balance out some of the sins he's committed. Could you be the key to a cure for the General, Hule?
And once again, the envoys of the Yao Qing will leave disappointed. However, I won't say the same.
Who's there?
I'm just a humble counselor.
Wardens, intruders on the lowest level. Send reinforcements.
Nobody will hear you here. Thank you for opening up the prison for us, Your Honor. We'll take it from here.
No wonder I kept smelling that familiar stench. So it wasn't just my imagination.
We mustn't let these abominations get any closer! Detestable things. There are too many of them.
Once we were inside the Shackling Prison, we found soldiers available everywhere.
Burns to ashes! Set to the sea, go fight!
I suggest you surrender now. Of course, I'll still kill you. But I promise you swear.
Set to the sea, go fight!
How presumptuous. Die now!
Leave if you can, Mosa.
This is more than
It's not time yet.
Dreams do come true.
There's more to life.
The mood is set, just let the show begin!
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Let the enemy strike first, and then take them by surprise. Let's add more seasoning.
I will claim victory for myself.
Guard the gate! They can't be allowed in!
Long time, boy. Welcome back.
How many times has the old verdant home spun around since our last hunt?
Oh, great, it's been
7 centuries.
I've been commanded to release you.
Since
my brothers and I will lock the rest of my crew, who are under... Originally, I intend...
What?
But we have no other choice. Every one of my crew is ready to lick... Well then, my lord, we should...
Before we go...
My lord, you seriously want to don the skin of a lowly beast?
You idiot. Greatness means nothing.
As you wish. No, he's an envoy from the Xianzhou Yao Qing.
I plead you to endure him a bit, my lord, as he's more
Madam Hanya, the wardens in all areas are regrouping. Those ingenium and to make things worse, those iron wolves broke open the cages and let the criminals out. We've called for backup, but it seems like all communication—
Let's preserve our strength and first take down the isolated prisoners. By decree of the 10 Lords, all—
Just a short time ago, the nether key mechanism was activated. It was probably Madame Shui and the Yaoqing messengers, heading to the bottom of the prison.
We mustn't let that vile—
We've gathered all the prison guards.
Go!
Those intruders are quite bold. They must have been planning this for quite a while.
Indeed, but Borisin tend to favor direct and aggressive approaches. Crafting careful and precise plans. Let's focus on the current situation right now. Please help me.
What's the fastest way to the bottom of this prison, Miss Hanya?
We'll have to bend the rules.
Prisoners must remain in place in a phase of—
By decree of the 10 Lords, all prison breakers and intruders shall be apprehended, dead or alive.
Yes, ma'am!
Hold your position here.
Yes, ma'am.
We need a few tools if we want to reach the bottom quickly. Follow me to the next floor. The path is cut off. Someone must have altered the mechanism. No matter. It'll just require a bit more work to get through. Some Spiritfarers occasionally use ingenia from the Artisanship Commission to navigate the treacherous terrain here. Normally, using devices like the shifting screen is strictly forbidden, as they could help prisoners escape. But, given the urgency of the situation, let's just ignore the usual regulations. The nether key has been activated. I hope we're not too late. Hang in there, sister.
Looks like there was a fierce battle here not long.
The gate to the prison delve is wide open. Hule has— Where are the Yaoqing messengers? And where's my sis—
Let's look around.
Xue is here.
Miss Shui bravely sacrificed herself.
Condolences. Well, that's unnecessary. You misunderstand. Thanks to the 10 Lords' blessing, my sister turned into an ingenium centuries ago. Dying and returning as just a soul to the Hall of Karma's document office has become a routine. While I'm not keen on seeing her throw away her body like it's some replaceable part, but... By the way, have you seen bodies that might be the Yaoqing messengers? One of them is a Foxian wearing exquisite clothes, and the other wears a dark...
No. I haven't found any Foxians.
So, the intruders and Hule are holding the Yaoqing messengers hostage. This is the worst situation. With hostages in their grasp, we must rescue the messengers, get out of here, and spread the news. We mustn't give up as long as there's a glimmer of hope.
What have you found, Miss Hanya?
Reconstruct. It's my sister. Looks at such a critical moment. Her death can give us information that... Let me see if I can fix it up. Welcome back, sister. I don't know what kind of expression I should have at a time like this. Happy? Tears of joy? Forget it.
Now is not the time for jokes. This side crane can't hold all of me.
Sister.
One of the Yaoqing messengers escaped? And the other one was taken hostage?
Besides the Borison, there were other intruders.
Invisible intruders? But do me a favor, sister. The intruders have cut off all communication between inside and outside the prison. Make sure you deliver the news.
I understand.
Time is running out, Miss Hanya. If we keep delaying, those Borison will escape from the prison.
All right. If we happen to come across that Yaoqing messenger who got away... No. Stopping Hule should probably be our top priority.
Wait! Something feels off.
The invisible intruder?
Watch your back!
These abominations aren't prisoners from this prison.
Like until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Let's improvise. Let the show begin!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The prison management on the Luofu is truly concerning.
Who are you?
Aren't you looking for me?
Recalibrated.
Destined for oblivion.
Fight to live! Set the seas ablaze!
Just focus on the fight.
Fight to live!
All will be swept away by the wind.
Let the show begin!
Mortality means forever.
Still waters of oblivion.
Set the seas ablaze!
Another blood debt repaid.
The prison management on the Luofu. Is that so? At least 2 different groups of intruders infiltrated here. The wolf cubs and these Mara strucks, their hiding technique. It's pretty similar to the wind mantle technique used by the Vidyadhara serving Kyloran Venti on the Yauch. Well, never mind if you don't have any clues. Now is not the time to exchange assassination techniques. I'm Waza. My friend fell into the clutches of that wolf. I was planning to escape and report back as quickly as possible. The prison on the Luofu is a real maze.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Muoza.
No, you can do nothing for him now. And you shouldn't be focusing on him.
Your friend is in Hulei's clutches, and you're just going to leave him
Look, I'm the Yaoqing General's guard, not his. I've seen how that giant wolf fights, and there's no way. Trying to save my friend will only get us... I don't know how you think, but I won't throw my life away for a lost cause. Listen up. I've been tracking these fugitives, and I know their next move. They're planning to seal off the entire prison to keep the outside world in the worst-case scenario. We are all killed by that giant wolf in the Shackling Prison. And the best-case scenario... No, we won't be able to. We're one step behind them. The best-case scenario would be we seal the gates and trap the enemy inside with us. We can't let that monstrous wolf escape. Hopefully, someone will eventually notice that something is off and come to help. As for whether we'll still be alive by then, it's not something we should think about.
You sure have a way of comforting people, Mr.
As a person of the Yaoqing, I've always searched for something meaningful to give my life to.
I have to make it out alive.
As a netherworld dweller.
Yeah. We won't...
None of you are part of the Ten Lords Commission, so sacrificing you once we reach the gate. I hope you'll now. Let's proceed. We must seal the entrance before the Borisan fugitives get out. The prison wardens and mechanisms won't be able to hold them for long. Follow me. We're almost there. The gate is...
There are many fugitives.
Stream force!
The fugitives are charging it.
Show me some of that Trailblaze.
I will hold them back.
Target sighted. All units on alert. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set to the seas of fate! Fight to live!
Dreams do come true. The mood is set. Let the show begin!
Grace and elegance. Existence is unity.
Set to the seas of fate! Every victory is hard won.
You can't escape. Stream forth. Gold blades.
This brings back such from...
My lord, we're just one step away.
So this hostage is...
He's getting away. Do something, Jiao. It's just like the old days, you useless loser. Just do something!
Maybe this Yaoqing messenger can strike a deal in exchange for his life. He can use his status to help us escape from the Xianzhou.
Oh, just look at you. Fallen so low during my absence. You're even...
I've got to make this beast stay here. Whether it's for the deal. I certainly have more value alive. My identity, my knowledge of the Xianzhou, and my...
Lowly beast. Muster up that pitiful tongue if you would.
I'm afraid you're unaware. The woman who defeated you, Jing Liu, she has recently returned to the Luofu. Your opportunity for revenge is right in front of you.
My lord, this slave is talking nonsense. I've never heard...
Silence, mock talk. And you, slave. From now on, you'll stay by my side. You'll only speak and move when I allow you. We must stay here for some time, mock talk. Fear not. Because once I step out of Naldoran's realms... Prison guards! Stop them! Right, Lord Hulai!
Prisoners must remain in place and obey the guard. Those who fail to comply will face severe punishment, serving as an example to us.
Report! After we lost contact with the prisoners have revolted, and the criminal Hulei...
What about the Yaoqing messengers? And the name...
No news at the moment. We're trying to restore...
I see. You're dismissed. General Jing Yuan, General Hua Yan. It's just as we suspected. The rise of the Ambrosial Arbor was not the end of things. The hand of the Ruined Legion has already sown the seeds of destruction. From this moment on, the Xianzhou Alliance will face an even greater challenge, from both the abominations of abundance and the destruction itself. If this is what they want, I'm always up for a challenge. As the Marshal Special Envoy, I'll dispatch the Luofu Cloud Knights to pursue Hulei myself.
Looks like the hidden dregs have finally come to the surface. And as I said before, it's time to wash them away.
Haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is